Hello children, welcome back to online classes. Today I shall be teaching you English of class 9. I'll be taking up the second book in your course, that is Moments. It is a supplementary reader. My lesson is the third one, Ishwaran, the storyteller. It is the second part. It has been penned by R.K. Lakshman. Just to freshen up your memory, I'll be telling you the introduction. Ishwaran, the storyteller, is one of the finest short stories penned by R.K. Lakshman, the legendary cartoonist of modern day India. Through his depiction of common man under the caption, "You said it in the Times of India," for well over 64 years, R.K. Lakshman immortalized not only his character, the common man, but also himself. Through the wise words of the common man, Mr. Lakshman held a mirror up to the Indian polity and society at large. Just to tell you the summary of the lesson, as a reminder, this story, dear children, is about Mr. Ishwaran, the storyteller. He is the servant to Mahindra, the junior supervisor in a firm which offers and hire supervisors at various types of construction sites. Ishwaran has a colorful personality. He is a fine cook, a brilliant storyteller, and a vivacious conversationalist. He has the great ability to cook up stories and anecdotes on different topics. He is very much influenced by the popular Tamil thriller books and their creative descriptions and narrative curves. Even when he is narrating the smallest of incidents, he brings in suspense and surprise into them. He recounts stories which are full of adventure, horror, and suspense. He is more than a makeup for the absence of TV in Mahindra's living quarters. The three stories which he tells us are that of an uprooted tree, which we studied in the first part of our present video lesson, the story of the mat tusker, which we are presently going to study, and the story of a scary ghost that we shall learn in the third part of our present video lesson. Now, in the present video, we shall talk about the second story which Ishwaran tells us, that is the story of mat tusker. First, the summary of paragraphs 6, 7, and 8. The story which Ishwaran tells us is that of a mat tusker. Ishwaran was from an area which was famous for timber and dense forest. It was the home of big elephants which carried the logs onto lorries. Sometimes they would turn crazy, and even the most skillful mahout would be unable to control them. One day, a tusker ran away from a timber yard. He started wandering here and there. He destroyed bushes, wild creepers, and branches of the trees. Ishwaran got so excited that he stamped his feet in the manner of a crazy elephant. The elephant entered the town and destroyed the stalls selling fruits and other things. From there, it reached the school ground where children were playing. All the boys ran into the classes and shut the doors tight. The elephant damaged the football goal post, the volleyball net, and the water drum. In the meantime, all the teachers had climbed up to the terrace of the building, looking on helplessly on the wrongdoings of the mad tusker. The streets looked so deserted that it seemed as if all the people had disappeared. Now, dear children, difficult words from para 6 and their meaning. The first word is timber. That means wood used for building or making things. Haul, pull something heavy with a continuous, steady movement. Prologue, introduction to a long play, poem, etc. Launch, to suddenly start a description. Elaborate, carefully plan and organized in a great detail. Para 7, tusker, an animal with long pointed teeth, especially a wild boar or an elephant. Roam, wander, stamping, putting one's foot down on the ground loudly and with a lot of force. Emulation, doing something or behaving in the same way as someone else because you admire them. From para 8, outer skirts, the outer area of a town or a city. Smash, to break into pieces violently or noisily. Helter-skelter, here and there. Panic, sudden strong feeling of fear or nervousness. Grunt means to make short, low sounds in the throat. Flatten means to destroy something by knocking it down. Parrot continued. Terrace, a flat outdoor area next to a building or a roof. Shrub, a small bush that has several woody stems. Depredation, act of destroying something. Inhabitant, people living in a particular area. Now, dear children, I'll be reading out from the original text of para 6 and 7. Ishwaran the storyteller, the story of mad elephant. I read out. The place I come from is famous for timber. Ishwaran would begin. There is a richly wooded forest all around. The logs are hauled onto lorries by elephants. They are huge, well-fed beasts. When they turn wild, even the most experienced mahout is not able to control them. After this prologue, Ishwaran would launch into an elaborate anecdote involving an elephant. One day, a tusker escaped from the timber yard and began to roam about, stamping on bushes, tearing up wild creepers, and breaking branches at will. You know, sir, how an elephant behaves when it goes mad. Ishwaran would get so caught up in the excitement of his own story that he would get up from the floor and jump about, stamping his feet in the emulation of the mad elephant. Text of para 8. The elephant reached the outskirts of our town, breaking the fences like matchsticks. He would continue. It came into the main road and smashed all stalls selling fruits, mud pots, and clothes. People ran helter-skelter in panic. The elephant now entered a school ground where children were playing. Breaking through the brick wall, all the boys ran into the classrooms and shut the doors tight. The beast grunted and wandered about, pulling out the football goalpost, tearing down the volleyball net, kicking and flattening the drum kept for water, and uprooting the shrubs. Meanwhile, all the teachers had climbed up to the terrace of the school building. From There they helplessly watched the depredations of the elephant. There was not a soul below on the ground. The streets were empty, as if the inhabitants of the entire town had suddenly disappeared. Now, dear children, some short question based on paras 6, 7 and 8 with their answers, of course, on your screen. Question number 1. What is the place where from Ishwar comes famous for? The answer, dear children, is the place where from Ishwar comes is famous for timber. Question number 2. How are the logs of wood carried to lorries? The answer is the logs of wood are carried onto the lorries by tuskers. Question number 3. Which is the second story narrated by Ishwaran? The answer is the second story narrated by Ishwaran is that of a mad tusker or elephant. Question number 4. Where did the tusker escape from? The answer is the tusker escaped from the timber yard. Question number 5. What did the tusker do after escaping from the timber yard? The answer is the tusker started wandering about, stamping on bushes, tearing up creepers and uprooting branches. Question number 6. What would Ishwaran do in the excitement of his story? The answer is Ishwaran would jump about, stamping his feet in the manner of the mad elephant. Now, dear children, there is a long question based on para 6 to 8. The question is, describe the depredations of the tusker after it escaped from the timber yard. The answer is, it is done for you. After escaping from the timber yard, the tusker trampled upon bushes, tore up wild creepers, and broke branches of the trees. It tore down the fences like matchsticks. It came into the main road and it smashed all the stalls selling fruits or other things. People ran here and there in total fear. Lastly, it reached a school ground where it tore down the volleyball net, pulled out the football goal post, and damaged the water drum. The story of Mad Tusker continues. Ishwaran was then a student of the junior class. He was witnessing the whole scene from the roof. Suddenly, he caught hold of a cane and ran down the stairs into the open. The elephant stamped its feet and grunted. It looked at Ishwaran, red-eyed, ready to rush towards him. At that time, he mustered all his courage and hit its toenail very hard with his cane. The elephant trembled and fell in. At this, Ishwaran would leave the story unfinished and go away. A doctor was called to revive the animal. On being asked, Ishwaran said that he was able to do so because he knew karate. Every day, Ishwaran would tell a new tale full of adventure, horror, and suspense. Now, the meaning of difficult words from para 9. Grabbed means caught hold of in a sudden manner. Menacingly, in a threatening manner. Hypnotized, to be so interesting or exciting that people cannot think of anything else. Trumpet, cry of an elephant. Mustering, getting up courage, etc. to do something. Whack, hit hard. On the quick, rapidly, quickly. Stunned, too surprised or shocked to speak. Para 10, mumble, to say something so quietly or not clearly enough so that other people cannot hear. Rapt means so interested in something that you do not notice anything else. Veterinary, with relation to animals. Revive, to become or make something or someone strong and healthy again. Paras 11, 12 and 13. Paralyze, to make one lose the ability to move part or all of one's body or to feel it. Recount, to tell someone a story or describe a series of events. Credible, deserving, or able to be believed or trusted. Inimitable, too good or skillful for anyone else to copy with the same high standard. Now, dear children, I'll read out the original text of Para 9. I begin reading out the story of Matt Tusker. I was studying in the junior class at the time and was watching the whole drama from the rooftop. I don't know what came over me suddenly. I grabbed a cane from the hands of one of the teachers and ran down the stairs and into the open. The elephant grunted and menacingly swung a branch of tree, which it held in its trunk. It stamped its feet, kicking up a lot of mud and dust. It looked frightening, but I moved slowly towards it, a stick in hand. People were watching the scene, hypnotized from nearby housetops. The elephant looked at me red-eyed, ready to rush towards me. It lifted its trunk and trumpeted loudly. At that moment, I moved forward and, mustering all my force, whacked its third toenail on the quick. The beast looked stunned for a moment. It shivered from head to foot and collapsed. Original text of Para 10 and 11. At this point, Ishwaran would leave the story unfinished and get up mumbling, "I'll be back," after lighting the gas and warming up the dinner. Mahindra, who had been listening with rapt attention, would be left hanging. When he returned, Ishwaran would not pick up the thread of the story right away. Mahindra would have to remind him that the conclusion was pending. Well, a veterinary doctor was summoned to revive the animal. Ishwaran would shrug casually. 2 days later, it was led away by its mahout to the jungle. Well, how did you manage to do it, Ishwaran? Did you bring down the beast? Text up Paras 12 and 13. The story continues of. It has something to do with the Japanese art, I think so. Karate or Jiu-Jitsu, it is called. I had read about it somewhere. It temporarily paralyzes the nervous system, you see. Not a day passed without Ishwaran recounting some story packed with adventure, horror and suspense. Whether the story was credible or not, Mahindra enjoyed listening to it because of the inimitable way in which it was told. Ishwaran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahindra's living quarters. Now, dear children, some short question based on paras from 9 to 13. Question number 1. Who was studying in the junior class at that time? The answer is Ishwaran was studying in the junior class at that time. Question number 2. Who were watching the whole drama from the rooftop? The answer is Ishwaran, his teachers and people were watching the whole drama from the rooftop. Question number 3. From whose hand did Ishuran grab the cane? The answer is Ishuran grabbed the cane from the hands of one of the teachers. Question number 4 is what part of the body of the elephant was hit hard by Ishuran? The answer is the third toenail of the elephant was hit hard by Ishuran. Dear children, some very short answer type questions based on paras from 9 to 13. These are filling the blanks with suitable words given in brackets. Sentence number 1 is, it has something to do with a blank space, art, I think so. The options are American, Japanese. The correct option is Japanese. It has something to do with the Japanese art, I think so. 2. Karate or blank space, it is called. The options are Kung Fu, Jiu-Jitsu. The correct option is Jiu-Jitsu. Sentence number 3. Not a day passed without Ishuran, blank space, some story. The options are describing, recounting. The correct option is recounting. Sentence number 4. Whether the story was blank space or not, Mahindra enjoyed listening to it. The options are believable, credible. The correct answer is credible. Sentence number 5. Ishuran seemed to more than blank space for the absence of a TV in Mahindra's living quarters. The options are alternative, makeup. The correct option is makeup. Sentence number 6. The elephant, blank space, and menacingly swung a branch of tree. The options are trumpeted or grunted. The correct option is grunted. Sentence number 7. People were watching the scene, blank space, from nearby housetops. The options are frightened, hypnotized. The correct answer is hypnotized. Now, dear children, there is a long question based on paras from 9 to 13. The question is, why does the author say that Ishuran seemed to more than make up for the absence of a TV in Mahindra's living quarters? The answer is done for you. The main function of a television is to show something as it has happened. Sometimes it puts thrill and sensation into it in order to grab the attention of the viewers. Ishuran fully fits in the definition of a television that shows the reality of events and happenings, but occasionally it sensationalizes them. This is what Ishuran does. Not only does he narrate a story in its minutest details, but also often he adds something to the story which does not appear to be possible. For example, whacking of the tusker with a cane by him and its collapse in its wake. Now children, we are coming to the end of the second story. I would recapitulate the main points just to freshen up your memory. Isharan tells us the second story, that is the story of the Mad Tusker. He comes from a place which is famous for timber and forest. The elephants carry logs of wood to the lorries. Once a tusker broke from the timber yard and started wandering about. It destroyed everything that came in its way, like bushes, creepers, and branches of the tree. It reached the outskirts of the town, where it smashed all the stalls selling fruits and other materials. People ran here and there in total fear. Then the elephant entered a school ground by breaking through the brick wall. All the boys ran into the classrooms and shut the doors tight. The mad elephant damaged the football goalpost, volleyball net, and the drum kept for water. All the teachers and children climbed up to the terrace of the school building, from where they helplessly watched the evil doings of the elephant. Isharan was then studying in the junior class. He grabbed the cane from the hands of one of the teachers and hit hard at the toenail of the mad elephant. The elephant, as a result, trembled and collapsed. A veterinary doctor was called to revive the animal. 2 days later, the elephant was led away to the jungle by its mahout. When Ishwaran was asked how he managed to bring down the mad elephant, he answered that it was due to karate or jujitsu, a Japanese art which he knew that made it possible. Ishwaran told a story daily full of adventure and horror and a suspense. Ishwaran was more than a makeup for the absence of a TV in Mahindra's quarters. Now children, there is some home assignment for you. Of course, you have to get it checked by your school teacher. These are: point out the true and false statements among the following sentences. The first one is, the elephants were huge, well-fed beasts. True or false? You have to point it out. Number 2, Ishwaran would stamp his feet in the emulation of a mad camel. True or false? You have got to point it out. Number 3, the streets were empty because the inhabitants of the entire town had suddenly run away. True or false? Sentence number 4, people were watching the scene hypnotized from the nearby housetops. True or false? Sentence number 5, mustering all his force, Ishwaran whacked the back of the elephant quickly. True or false? You have to point it out. Now children, there is a long question for you. Of course, you are going to get it checked by your school teacher. Question number 1, how does Ishwaran narrate the story of the mad tusker? Does it appear to be plausible? Plausible means possible. Or narrate the wrongdoings of the mad tusker in your own words. I have come to the end of the story now. Hope, children, you have enjoyed it. Hope to see you in my third video lesson that is coming up soon. Until there is no cure for corona, prevention is the only cure. So we have got to prevent corona by putting on our mask, washing our hands more frequently, and observing a distance of at least 6 feet from others. Have a nice time. Thank you.